Hello, good evening, and welcome to my channel. My name is Antonella. Most people call me Nella Bella. And so, if you're watching this video, as you've seen, the title of the video is about breakup. How to get through a breakup, how to get through a heartbreak. Um, if you're watching this video, again, it's either because you're currently going through a heartbreak or you just went through a breakup, been dumped, whichever way it was, if it was mutual or not. You're going through something, and we need to know how to deal with it, right? So I am going to give you some steps that actually help me. So whatever I'm giving you guys is things that I've actually experienced and used, and seeing that is actually has been working for me. So I do want to share those with you guys. Some of the steps that I am about to share with you are going to be some on the emotional, spiritual, and technical, so all bundled all together, okay? But I do want to say to you that you are loved. It is not the end of the world, although it may seem like it may feel like it, but you are loved, you are precious. This is not just for women, it's also for men, because all men also go through breakups and heartbreaks. But yeah, you are special, okay? And so let's get started. So number one, I want to get started with dealing with your emotions. Right now you may feel all sorts of feelings that are bad. You feeling sad, you're hurting, I get it. So what I would say is, number one is not to suppress those feelings, okay? We acknowledge that you're already in the state of hurt. So what I want to say on that, number one, is it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry, to cry it out, crying out. I done it. I would say, it says in Psalms 56, verse 8, that God keeps track of all of our tears, and he puts them in a bottle. So it says you keep tracks of all of my sorrow. You have collected all of my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your books. And it just shows how God cares about what concerns you. So, like I said, it's okay to cry and release. So it's not just, oh, I'm weak or whatever. It's okay to cry, and God sees it. And so it is in that moment. It also say that God is closer to a broken heart, because when you're broken, it's easy for him to get in. So it's always good to know, when you are a broken vessel, when you are broken, is to go to God, so that he can fill that void. Okay? So that's what I would say. So number one, do not suppress that feeling of you being hurt. If you need to cry, it's okay. Let it out. Cry, and know that God is collecting each of your tears, and he's putting them in a bottle. Okay? Number two, stop blaming others and start seeing your part in that situation. So a lot of time we like to feel like we're the victim, and we like to feel that. It's not like we like to feel it, but we don't want to see our wrong in what happened, and we like either blame the other person for everything that went wrong in a relationship. And so with this one is actually seeing, reflecting and seeing, where did we go wrong in this situation? What happened? What did I do wrong? So you're putting the task in your hand to finding out where and what caused the relationship to lead to that path, or what just reevaluating the mindset that led me to be in that relationship, because not all relationships are a good relationship anyways. So finding out just how or what led you to be in this relationship is what number 2 would be. Was it because of fear? Was it because of fear of being alone? Was it because it was a void, depression? Because there's so many reasons why we get into relationship, and you want to make sure that those reasons are not because of a void. You know what I'm saying? So again, make sure, if you're a woman, why did I seek this man, or why, was I with him? What led me to be with this person? What mindset was I in when I was with this person? So whether you're man or woman, just finding out, did I make this person an idol? Was that person everything to me? Because we know that God should be everything to us, not another person. So again, not casting blame on anyone else, but reflecting on ourselves and finding out what caused us to be in that relationship to begin with. Okay, because number 1, if it was a good relationship, it probably wouldn't have ended anyways, right? So that's number 2. Number 3, encourage yourself in the Lord. Okay, so there's going to be some downtime. There's going to be times where you are going to feel discouraged. You are going to feel like you lost all hope. You just can't help it. It just happens. You may feel, or the enemy's going to be talking in your ear, telling you all these things that you are not. So it's very important that, you encourage yourself and turning the negativity to positivity. You know what I mean? So do not dwell in the hurt. Yes, you've been hurt, things like that. But it's like I said, it's okay to let things out, but not dwell in the hurt. That is what's most important. Don't dwell in it, where it's all about the whole day. It affects your whole day. It affects how you see things, how you see other people, other relationship. So do not dwell in it, but encourage yourself in the Lord. Like I said, turning those negative thoughts into positive thoughts. Okay. Number 4, in the midst of your struggle, praise Him. Okay. One thing that I find that is always good, or one practice that I do, especially when I started getting those negative thoughts, I turn on, some praise and worship music, and I start praising God. I start praying, because sometimes you got to cast down those imagination, those thoughts, those vain imagination and thoughts. So again, it's very important to praise Him through it. You just got to press your way through and praise God through it. In the midst of the struggle, in the midst of it all, okay? We know that God is with you. Don't ever get to that place where you isolate yourself to where you get into a dark place. You know what I mean? So just know that God is with you. God will never leave you. If you were dumped and you feel abandoned, or you feel neglected or rejected, just know that God is with you. You're not alone. You're not by yourself. Okay? It says it in the Bible. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling, but it says it in the Bible that He will never leave nor forsake you. So just be encouraged in that, and just know and just praise Him through it. Okay. 5. We're already on number 5. 5 is forgive the other person. Okay, and that probably should have been number 1. But I always talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness is a huge part of moving forward, of moving on in any relationship that you're in. Forgiveness is something that you should always practice, especially if you're a single person and seeking to be married. You need to already perfect that right there. That, like, forgiveness is definitely going to be detrimental. It's going to be very important for you in your marriage, in any relationship that you're in. But forgiving the other person, God forgives you, so you should already take on that forgiveness. Forgive the other person, let it go. Forgiveness is for you, it's not for the other person. But again, God forgives you, so you should have grace for other people and forgive. Also, and most importantly, forgiving yourself, because a lot of time people will forgive other but not forgive themselves. So don't fall into that condemnation and where you just can't forgive yourself. You just can't let it go. Like you feel like it's your fault. It's not. You know, forgive yourself as well as you forgive others. Okay. Number 6. And this we're still on the emotional aspect, okay? Number 6 is stay away from toxic people. All right? We all have that friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, you know, friends, family member that can be toxic and try to talk to you about the past and revive things that you're trying to kill, you know. And I'm saying like your emotions and stuff, or your flesh, you know what I mean? Stay away from toxic people, because a lot of time they'll be the one that will be, you know, to bring it up, even though they know that you're going through a process of healing. They are the ones to try to bring things up. Hey, did you see his page, or did you see this, or her, or his page? And oh girl, I seen him with this and so girl, you know, they were walking, you know, things like that. You know, let them know, hey, I'm currently going through, you know, a process right now. I'm going through a healing, and I really don't want to talk about it. You know, don't feed into it. Don't talk about it. Just, you know, let them go. Even if you have to separate yourself from them for that moment of time, that time that you're healing, you got to do what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? So, again, stay away from toxic people. By any means necessary, whether they're your friends, family member, that in that time of healing, you need to stay around positivity, people that are going to help you get through this process, okay? And understand, because if they really love you, they will understand what you're going through, and they wouldn't bring the past to hurt you, because what's their motive? Why are they bringing those things to you? You know what I mean? So that's that for the emotional, spiritual aspect. Now we're going to go more on the technical, okay? And the technical, when I'm talking about technical, we're talking about social media, TV, you know, stuff like that, okay? Number 1, we're going to do the social media. And sometimes you may need to go to the extreme to where when it's social media, and I'm talking about Facebook, you may need to unfollow. You know, now Facebook actually has unfollow. You can actually take a break from the person. But for the extremists, if you really can't handle it, you may just need to block that person, period. You know, and I'm not just saying because you can't handle it, but sometimes you just need to block the person. Sometimes you just need to, because the last thing you want to happen is you going, you're scrolling, and you see him or her with another person, because automatically you're thinking, okay, he got a new girlfriend, she got a new boyfriend, and you don't want to deal with that right now. You're too sensitive, you're too vulnerable, and I think it's best sometime. And it's not even about the other person. Like, it's really not. They may not understand why you're blocking them. You may need to tell them, like, hey, I'm going through something, and I'm going to block you. You know, some people get really upset. People get really not frustrated, but like really upset or mad that you block them. But in this process right now, it's about you and what you're going through, and so they may not understand why you're blocking them, and you don't need to give them an explanation, you know. So I find it sometimes easier to just block the person, because you're going to feel that pull. You know, if you don't block them, you're going to feel that pull every day to constantly check on them. And I'm not saying even when you block them that you're not going to feel it, because I feel it sometimes, you know. I blocked someone, and it's not that I wanted to, but I felt that I needed to do it for myself. And here and there, sometimes I do feel that pull, but I just have to pray, and apparently there's either a void of why I feel like I need to see what this person is doing. And so, you know, I seek God. I ask God to help me in that area, okay? Because if this person is not for you, then what's the point of even try to find what they're going through? Okay, so again, I would say social media, you need to block, unfollow, whatever you have to do to get them out of the way. Okay, 2, we're talking about phone, on your phone, text messages, text messages, phone, needs to be deleted. You know, that thread of messages that you guys had in the past. A lot of time what I find myself doing is I would, you know, and I think women do it. I don't know if men do it, but I think we go and read, you know, just to kind of feel that feeling of how we used to feel when that person used to, you know, text us back and forth and call us every day, and you just kind of reminisce on the past. And so I think that thread of old messages, you need to delete that. Get that out of your phone so that it will help you not to try to go back and see that past of what used to be, because it's not anymore. So what's the point of keeping record of all those conversation of, oh, I love you, or oh, hey, I missed you kind of thing? No, there's no more of that. So let's just free up some space on your phone. First of all, that's going to be some space that you need anyways. So we need to free up that space, and that's anywhere. So just delete all the messages. If you need to delete his phone, her phone, delete that too. If not, then you can change your name to something else. You know, I deserve better. So every time that person, if they do check back on you, you'll know, hey, I deserve better than this person calling me right here. So you already know when they call, you're not going to feel that feeling. Because, you know, before when they used to call you, you used to be happy, you used to feel this way. But now when they call, you already know what's up. You already know that it's a dead end. Okay? So, again, phone, text messages, delete. Okay? Delete. We're not trying to go back in the past. Delete. All right? Free up some space. Number 3, guard your heart. Guard your heart. Like it says in the Bible, guard your ear gates, guard your heart, guard your eye gates. And what that means, and this I'm going to be specific with these, certain things I come to realize when people go to, well, I'm going to speak about, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm going to say about me. What I used to do, especially when I used to go through a breakup or, you know, anything that was bad in a relationship, is either man-bashing songs. I used to listen to certain artists, man-bashing songs, things that would feed my spirit, you know, and so whether it was good or bad. So you want to guard yourself from listening to certain music. Certain music will lead you to feel even more depressed. Certain music will lead you to feel like you kind of hate the opposite sex. Certain songs, it just are promiscuous, will lead you to feel certain kind of way to lead you to do things. So you want to be very intentional on the type of music you listen to during that time. Okay? You want to be mindful of the type of shows you're watching on TV. Any TV shows that is, you know, even like romantic type of love stories, because those things will remind you of what you used to have before, and you're going to start missing it, maybe cry more. I mean, you know, you're just going to have to be intentional on certain things that you watch. You know what I mean? Even, like I said, listen to, watching, and you, like I said, you're just going to have to be intentional on those things. You just can't watch every single thing anymore. I mean, sorry, you just can't. Okay? And this is for you. This is for your mental state of mind. We need to think about focusing and and making sure that you're not falling. Okay? So you have to try and be intentional on doing those steps to help you in this process. Okay? Like I said, listen to some gospel music. Listen to some They got some gospel rap, stuff like that. Things that's going to elevate your spirit. You know, feed your spirit. Okay? So, that's actually it. In closing, if you are single right now, since you're not dating, or I would say not to date right after you had a breakup. But if you are single right now, it's very important for you to keep busy. Remember that singleness is a gift, okay, from God. It's a gift because in that time, that's when you get to be closer to God and actually know who you are. And so don't see it as something that is bad. It's not bad. Get to know yourself, who you are, your purpose that God has for your life. Get to know what that is. When you're single, this is a time for you to keep yourself even busier. Keep yourself busy. Volunteer at your church. Volunteer at a boys and girl club, you know, shelter. There's just so much things that you can do. What you're seeking is love, then give love. You know, there's so many people out there that are in need. You know, foster kids. You know, you can go and volunteer your time. Read books, write a book, do a vlog, do a blog. I mean, there's just so much things that you can keep yourself busy, guys, at that time. So use your time wisely. Again, this is not going to happen overnight. Of course, it is a process. But I do believe if you actually walk in those things, actually intentionally do those steps that I shared with you, actually will lead you in the right direction, okay? Remember that whatever the enemy had for you, you're bad, God is going to turn it around for you good. So you are loved. I love you. And be encouraged. You're not alone. God is with you. Take care. And thank you for watching. Bye.